Hello and welcome back to SirKenSaid.com. Happy Sunday night before work. Hope everybody's weekend went well. I am T-minus 12 days to my big makeup trip to New York. I'm all kinds of excited about. I would also like to say thank you to the 4 new followers I picked up last week. I checked my statistics and I'm up to 64. So by the end of the year, we might break that 100. We'll see. If you like what I do, help me with the evil all-father that is the YouTube algorithms and crush that like and subscribe and share and tell your friends about me. Okay, this week's review is going to be about Wolves. Not Wolves, Wolves. This was directed by John somebody. It came from Apple Studios at a cost of $200 million. At that cost, it was supposed to get a theatrical release. But Apple decided that it was more important to save the additional advertising costs and just release it to streaming. At $200 million fucking dollars, how many new memberships did you motherfuckers think you was gonna get? $200 million motherfucking dollars. And don't get me wrong, this was a crime comedy. Really, it was more funny than anything else. But it starred Brad Pitt. I mean, we just know him from everything. And I will compare this to Money Train. I will say that it was nowhere near as good as Money Train, but it was close. It also starred Mr. George Clooney, who apparently is a political rainmaker, and if you probably already know what I'm talking about, so I don't need to go into that one. It also stars Amy Ryan. I think she was on recently on the episode of Only Murders a season of the first season of Only Murders in the Building. And Austin Abrams, I don't know who that is, but he spent way too much time in his tighty whities running around in the snow in fucking New York. Funny as it was, yeah, that was way too much time in your tighty whities, boy. Way too much. Getting back to the cost of this movie, Apple. I know how much Apple products cost. That's why you're not part of our ecosystem. $200 million is a lot of money to invest for something that's going to streaming that, as far as I can tell, you're only going to make money on from new memberships and advertising. Advertising that you want to spend to send us to the big screen, which, much like Rebel Ridge, I would have paid money to go see this on the big screen. Was it a great movie? No. This shit ain't winning Oscars anytime soon. But it would have been a great night out at the movies. It was beautifully directed by John. The wide open shots were excellent. Anything that takes over the course of one night to shoot, was the entire thing happen in one night, is kind of cool to me, that whole concept. Got to get this shit done by dawn. Going to throw up spoilers, even though I'm not going to give away too much again. But it basically revolves around Amy Ryan's character, who is a congresswoman, I think, who ends up in a hotel room with a dead male hooker. George Clooney's character is called to clean the scene. And so is Brad Pitt's character. So the story revolves around that and their competing ways of handling the same situation. Is comical because they almost dress alike. They think alike. They have similar methods. And at one point, they even find out that they didn't shag the same woman. So, yeah, they may be competitors, but they are a lot closer than they think they was. You know what I mean? But it was entertaining. It was definitely funny. One of the complaints I did have about it was, of course, the shootout scenes. There was one shootout in particular where, and this director, John, is not the only one who does it, but that annoying thing they have of when somebody squeezes off a round, you see the person shoot, and then like the next scene, the guy is getting shot. Rounds move a lot faster. Okay, I would sooner if you just keep the fucking shot wide open and let it play out, or even shoot over the person's shoulder and let the other person get shot. And again, that's the guy who enjoys films like I do, me nitpicking. But that was one of the things I had a problem with. And other than that, oh, and, you know, titties. I don't want to see no titties. I'm going to mention no titties. This was a titty-free movie. It was definitely R for language, but it was titty-free. All in all, again, I cannot say this enough. This was a missed opportunity by Apple. They had plans to go with a big screen release. They should have stuck to it and made the investment. Was this going to make Deadpool and Wolverine money? Fuck no. You know, motherfuckers made $1 billion in like less than a month. No. But you would have made your money back and probably a little bit extra. Like they used to say in the old days, sometimes you got to whip it out, put it on the table, and see what happens. Apple, grow a pair. My rating out of 10. I want to give it between a 7 and an 8. So 7.5? Yeah, let's go with 7.5. That sounds good. It was a very enjoyable movie. I'm going to watch it again, and I'm going to recommend it. And I'm going to say again, Apple, you fucked up. Those are my thoughts, and I'll see you on the other side.